All right, so today I'm going to show you how to vibe code. Let's go to a browser and type in VS Code to Google. Go here, we're going to download for Windows. Launch that. Sign your life away. Agree. Install. So all this software is a code editing platform. This was very popular well before AI came around. This is what coders use to manually type code, but this video is for people who have no idea how to do that, but still want to write software anyway. We are going to wait for this to install. Alrighty, we're going to launch Visual Studio Code. It's probably going to take a minute here. Just like you wanted to get started, so I'm going to hit the start button and click on that icon. So we're just going to close down on this Get Started section. Then we're going to go over here to this Extensions button. We're going to search extensions for Claude Code. Claude Code for VS. You're just going to hit that install button. It's going to ask you if you trust them. We're going to hit OK. That's wonderful. Alrighty, it's working on installing. Yes, we want to give it access. Alright. It started with Claude. I'm not even sure we need this window. Okay. Now we're going to go back here. So if you click this little button, it opens up a new window. And the weird part about VS Code is you can drag these chats to multiple locations. I'm not sure why that is, but we're just going to get them all into one window. I'm going to do here. All right, now we're going to go to Claude AI subscription. It's going to open up the Claude website. This is where you're going to have to sign up for a subscription. I already have a subscription, so it's going to log me in. I'm going to click authorize. But if you don't have one set up, just go through the steps to get the minimum $20 a month subscription. Alrighty, so now that we're logged in there, we're going to minimize this. And I have no idea what this is. If for any reason you get stuck on any step, just go back to the internet and type in Claude. Go to Claude login and ask it, or even better yet, give it a screenshot. So we're going to go here. This is a great thing to know how to do. We're just going to hit new, and then we're going to take a screenshot. We're going to go back into here and say, paste our image. Anytime I get stuck, I just ask it what to do. So I forgot to install Git. This allows you to save revisions of your code. So we're going to go here, download Git for Windows. I'm going to read this real quick. Standalone installer. Probably do this one. Save this to downloads. So when it's finished, and again, if you have any questions on any of this stuff, just send a picture to Claude and ask you what to do. That's downloading. Hit next, next. Next. We're going to select this. Visual Studio Code. Hit next. 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 Again, not really sure what to do here. So I'm just going to take a screenshot and send it into here. Check out Windows style commit Unix style line endings. Already selected. Look at that. So I don't really do anything other than hit next. 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 All right, it's going to install a whole bunch of stuff on our computer. While it's doing this, I'm going to start a new conversation. And I like to use Claude Online to generate my prompt for Claude in VS Code. So I'm just going to ask it here. I want you to generate a prompt for me for Claude Code. Helps if you spell right. Yes. Using This is one of my favorite things when using AI is I'll ask it to ask me questions before generating a response to improve its response, because oftentimes we don't know what we're not telling it. That's the biggest flaw in humans programming AI is you think it knows something that it doesn't. So I'm going to do this. I don't know what that is, so we're just going to say whatever you think is best. Vibe or know what they are doing. Two. So I'm just answering questions here, stuff I wouldn't have thought to tell it to include. Alrighty. So I give that info. It's going to generate my response. Well, it's working on doing that. We're going to go back to Git and say finish. Alrighty. That's great. So now I think it's set up right, but if you don't know, it's just going to tell you anyway. So we're going to go back to where it generated this prompt for me, and we're going to copy this whole thing. I'm not even going to read it. And then I'm going to go into Claude and VS Code. Now, this is the same as the one online. You could just put that in here. I like to just start off a chat on the right foot, which is why I use a different window to generate the prompt to start with. We'll post this in here and hit go. So obviously we have a problem here. So we're just gonna do this good old thing all over again. Alrighty, so it's just telling us we need to close and reopen it, which is fine. Just hit that. Open it up one more time. VS Code. Alrighty. Copy this. Back to VS Code. Try this again. Alright, looks like it's working now. So now we're vibe coding. Everything is set up. The thing is rolling. Unlike using AI on the internet, where it's going to give you a short, limited response like we have here for our prompt, now that this is integrated into a code editor and has the ability to execute things on the command line of your computer, this thing is just going to continue to roll. So this is going to take a while for this to load. I'm actually going to pause the recording and just resume this as soon as it gets back to me. All right, so just output a response. Clearly there's some issue. It might have to do with my setup. I'm not quite sure what this is, but all we have to do is take a screenshot. It's still calculating something, but I'm going to take this over to Claude Online and just pump this thing in here and go, how do I fix this error? The nice part about Claude is anytime it's thinking, you can just interject and give it more information. And it'll change its output. You don't have to wait for it to finish. So I'm not sure. Just as an example, you can say, look, I don't know what any of this means. Tell me what to do simply, step by step. Anytime you get stuck or you don't understand it, just tell it that. Go to the top menu bar and click Terminal. Then click New Terminal. Black panel will open at the bottom of this. Inside it, copy and paste this exact filter. So we're going to copy this. We're going to go down here. We're going to click, what did it say? Something about new terminal. Top menu bar, click terminal. I don't see a terminal. Ah, there we go. New terminal. So these pop up occasionally, and it's asking your permission to do things on your computer, and you can just tell it yes. This is yes once. This is yes for the rest of this conversation or this session, which I believe is a time limit. But now we're going to go back down here, like the other one said, and set it to that. So like that had a max of some kind. Now it's going to want me to restart, but I don't really want it to restart because it's still doing stuff up here. But you just keep playing with it. All right, but it looks like that should solve that problem for good. So after this finishes, I'm going to close it out and restart VS Code. But currently, it's still working on my software, so I'm going to wait for this thing to combobulate. While we wait for this thing to load, we're going to go back here. And if you click on your account, go to settings, you can go down here to usage. It'll tell you how much you have left in this session and how much you have left for the week. I added an extra usage. You can go down here and buy extra credits. So if you run out of these limits, you can push past them. You can also increase your subscription to the $100 or $200 a month if you're doing a lot of stuff. I found this overage feature really useful. But this will tell you how much you have left if for some reason you run into an issue. But again, you run into any problems, just ask Claude itself what the problem is. Again, I was just waiting for it to load. Now it's asking me to approve. I always just approve. And again, and this happens a lot. There's some setting you can change to auto approve a lot of these things. I haven't set that up yet. Okay, looks like it's finished loading. I answered all of the yes. Looks like all I have to do is load this local host. Just click this button and it says it's not loading. So we're gonna just, this is what vibe coding is all about. So you have no idea what's happening, but I'm actually gonna post this error right back into this VS Code and say link. Oh, looks like I didn't follow instructions. Looks like I need to download this first. So maybe we'll delete this and go and download this. Windows installer, downloads, save. Run this. Finish. Alrighty. Run the installer, click through the details, open new command prompt or PowerShell window. Then just gonna say it. I'm gonna ask it, can you enter the command prompts for me? Because this thing will literally do anything you want, which is great. So it's gonna ask you if that's okay. Say yes. Yes. All right, I clicked a bunch of yeses and it finished loading. Now we're going to click this link and see how that goes. Look at that. Custom Machinist speeds and feeds calculator, all built out, and I have no idea how it did any of it. There's an introduction to vibe coding for dummies. Yeah, hit a like if this is helpful.